Today we're going to talk about raw dogging it, and Jared's going to put what in my ear? All this and more. This is Nerds with Mics.
I don't think
wondering,
I don't think that's what we agreed on the opening bit. You went rogue.
Do it rogue. Yeah, do it live.
Do it rogue.
Anyways, hello and welcome to this episode of Nerds with Mics. This is going to be a wild one. We have written no notes and prepared absolutely none at all. So welcome. My name's Travis.
I'm Jared.
I'm Justin.
And today, it's just going to be a bunch of random nonsense and just talking about things, what we've been up to, what we're looking forward to, some random news if we can find some. But yeah, it's been a week. I had ear surgery last Wednesday, and
he's still hopped up on drugs if you can't tell.
Yeah, and cocaine. Oh, that is drugs. drugs accessories.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I've been in the mountains just being zen and relaxing all week, and now that I'm back in my home, I'm just like, I'm ready to get crazy. But anyways, welcome, everyone. As I said, this is going to be a completely random episode. We'll probably get into some mystery questions, maybe some hot takes. But before we get into any of that, let's start by talking what we have been up to. My dudes, what have you been up to? And Justin, we'll start with you.
Okay. So we've been watching Severance, of course. Do we want to talk about Severance after this part?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, we'll talk about Severance after this part. We'll also talk about Assassin's Creed Shadows after this part as well, because I have thoughts on that, my review in progress. But I've been playing Assassin's Creed Shadows. I've been watching Severance. We started a show on Netflix last night called Adolescence, which is the talk of the town at the moment. First episode, very good. Have either of you watched it?
Is this on Netflix, you said?
It's on Netflix. Each episode is one continuous shot. And it's tense.
I am a sucker for cinematography, so
it's very well done. So I highly recommend it. Based on the first episode, there's 4 episodes. I'm one in, so I mean they could just like bottom out, but from what I've heard, it's like a 10 out of 10 show.
I've never done that before. Never bottomed out.
Yeah. Watching some Gemstones, which we didn't record last week, but last week's episode, if you watched Gemstones, you know it was pretty unique and it was really good.
I was not expecting that, and they hid that well.
No, that was Eugene from The Walking Dead that played the first pastor. Did you know that? I did not know that until I read it afterwards.
I didn't know it either.
I've been playing some MLB The Show. As you know, I'm a big baseball junkie. Jared mentioned earlier that we should play some Siege, and little does he know that I did play a little bit of Siege this past week, specifically the beta for the 6v6 mode.
Ooh.
Yeah, you want to hear my thoughts on that?
Yeah, is it good? Is it bad?
I hate it.
Oh boy.
It sucks. It's like they tried to make Call of Duty, but the characters still move like molasses. So
yeah, that's not gonna work.
It was not fun. Not fun. So I hope that things are different. I wouldn't mind just them doing 6v6 with like regular Siege. I think that would be fun, but you know, why give us that? That's what we want. And I think that's pretty much all I've been up to. I'm watching Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man with Owen. We're like 6 or 7 episodes in. That show's great. Do not sleep on it. And yeah, I think that might be all I've done.
Okay. What about you, Jared?
So last week was kind of an interesting week, which we won't get into as for why I wasn't able to record. So apologies about that, though. Other than that, been playing a decent bit of Siege, trying to get back in the swing of it. It's definitely one of those things that now, since we're starting to hear more and more about Siege X is what they're still going by, I believe. I'm trying to get back in the habit because I used to play, I think it was actually one of maybe the first 3 games I bought on my PC whenever I first built it. So trying to get back in it, trying to get back in the swing of things, and I can definitely tell I haven't played as much as I used to because I am getting absolutely smoked sometimes whenever I play. And it's not fun, but it's one of those things like I just gotta keep playing again. Other than that, been watching a show called Billions, which I've actually never watched before, and for my first watch, if you all haven't seen it, cannot recommend it enough. Damian Lewis kills it in that show.
Love him.
Yeah, major winners, dude. Band of Brothers, one of the and Homeland.
Man.
Other than that, really haven't got to play as much Monster Hunter as what I'd really like to. Um, then, really, other than that, just work, and that's about it. Aside from getting back into Pokemon, which is a very, very bad time to do it right now. If anybody else out there is trying to do it, scalpers are the bane of human existence. Um, but I have got managed to get my hands on some and have had fun doing it again, except for whenever you can't find anything, which is not fun when all you want to do is rip a pack. But I already told Justin some of the cards I pulled don't have very much interest in keeping for myself, but his son is a pretty big collector. So, like I said, Justin, I've got a stack over here for you, and he's more than welcome to them. So,
Thank you very much.
absolutely. And I think
Wow.
that's about it for me. So, back over to you, Travie Patty.
Yeah, so for me, yeah, like I said, I on Wednesday I had surgery. I had to be there at 6:30 in the morning. They
You're bringing
filleted
the
my
vibe down,
ear.
dude.
Yeah,
I know. They
we
filleted
were
my
off to a
ear.
great start, and then
I know. They filleted my ear from the top to bottom and just kind of folded it over, so I got a whole stitch, basically keeping my ear on my head. So that's good.
Can we see?
Uh, no, no, you can't. I'll send you a
Please.
picture.
Oh.
But yeah,
Put it on the
see,
screen. Share it.
no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, you're mind.
Kinda.
Do you really want
marked for
that?
explicit on YouTube.
Yeah, let's put it up.
I don't.
Who wants to
I
see
don't know if
Travis's ear? Say yes in the comments below.
I don't.
We're not even
think
live. I don't know why I
that's-
said that.
I don't. I don't think anybody wants that.
Just because we were
Anyways,
making the joke of we're doing it live, Justin, not what we meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. Outside of that, I spent the week relaxing in the mountains, so that was good. I played some video games actually. Let's see here. Here you go. Let's bring it in. Bringing it
Oh, you
in.
got it. I was actually about to find a picture of a fake ear and put it on there. Ooh,
How about
that is
that?
disgusting.
Yeah, there it is. Just holding
Oh,
my
I
own
hate
live
that.
melon.
Weird question. Since you had surgery and going into the mountains, did it feel any different, like when your ears would pop or anything like that? Or have you know? Okay, can you hear better? Or has
No,
there been any other like
actually,
major changes?
well, I can't hear better because there is a gel foam pack in my inner ear, deep down in there. So it sounds like I basically just have a wadded up like earplug constantly in my ear at all times.
I'm gonna
And that
vomit.
will come out on April 8th. It's that
That's
long.
a long
I have to
time.
wait till April 8th. Yeah.
And yet you went to the
So
mountains.
hearing has not
didn't
been
you?
great. What is it?
You went up to the mountains after you had it, didn't you?
I did, but it wasn't anything crazy. I mean, I couldn't fly.
didn't, like,
I can't
pop
fly
or
for 2
anything, then?
weeks. No,
Ah,
but my ears
man, I
never
hate
pop
everything
anyways.
You're saying.
Yeah. Thank you. But anyways, but I actually I played a little bit of Assassin's Creed, which I know Justin's going to talk a little bit about here shortly. I also got addicted. Well, addicted. I don't know if that's the right
To
word, but I
cocaine,
wanted
that's
something.
right.
Yeah. Yep, that pixie dust. Anyways, that booger sugar. Anyways, I tried my hand for the first time and also got my girlfriend addicted to it. No, not my penis.
Oh
I
my gosh.
played for the first time Pressure Washer Simulator. And
Power wash.
that is or Power Wash Simulator, yes. And I gotta say, that is just a very chill game. Honestly. It's so we played that and it was just a good way to relax. I also played a little bit of Monster Hunter until my power went out back home, so I couldn't play after that happened. But played that. I'm trying to think of what else I played. Also started the puzzle game, The Talos Principle. I don't know if you guys have ever played that, but it's a good puzzle game. Started that.
Looks
then
like you have 2
outside of
hours
that-
on a garden life cozy simulator on your Steam account.
Oh yeah.
Busted. You
Figured
leave
that
that
out. Oh no, I was getting to it. And then I also played Garden Simulator, which is a cozy. I was just looking for cozy games. My girlfriend, she is a florist, so I thought this would be something her and I could play together. So that's what we played.
You know who else was a
It was
florist,
more.
right?
Who?
Bob De Niro in Meet the Parents, and he was actually in the CIA. So
That is, you know what? That's a good tie-in, and I never really thought about it until now. But
Yep.
I could be sleeping with
Now
the
he's
fishes,
going
who
to
knows?
question everything.
yeah.
I know that is very true. But outside of that, I beat a I beat low rank in Monster Hunter, which is the first 3 chapters. You get the credits rolling. There's 6 chapters total, so I still got to finish that. But I did finish the first part of the campaign, and then I've really been enjoying that. Jared and I attempted to play games together, but
that went
that did
really
not go well. And I forgot that Justin had told us that Hell Let Loose is not cross-platform. So you could go console to console, but you can't go console to PC. We wasted probably 30 minutes trying to figure out why that wasn't working.
I can't tell you how many times Travis, just getting angry and angrier, said, "Can you not just invite me to a party?" No, Travis, that's not how this works.
Who was on what? I'm guessing you were on PC, Jared.
That would be correct.
Yeah.
Travis, we have multiple copies of Hell Let Loose on PC.
I know. I downloaded it. It's good to go now.
Yeah.
But anyways,
Jared and I played Marvel Rivals, I think,
we
since
did.
the last time we recorded.
We did.
Oh, nice. Was Mr. McCoy there?
Not for that one, no.
No.
Speaking of Mr. McCoy, I'm going to call him out. I don't know if he listens. I think he does. So we had a group chat going because he was playing Marvel Rivals with the group I usually play with. And I guess the texting became too much. We were texting. All of a sudden, it said, Terry McCoy has left the chat. And I was like, add him back. Let's get him back in here. Can't get away that easily.
He could have just silenced it.
No, he straight up dipped out. He's just like, no, I'm never playing with him again.
That's hilarious.
I know.
Yeah, but I watched Severance while I was in the mountains. I also I'm going to watch the newest episode of Gemstones tonight. My girlfriend's got me watch this pretty funny comedy. I want to say it's on ABC called Abbott Elementary. Pretty funny.
Love Abbott.
Yeah, it's a good show. And then I introduced her to Everybody Hates Chris, which was the show that one guy was in when he was younger. Yeah. So she hadn't heard of that show. So and obviously it has Terry Crews in it, and she loves Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So I was like, I think this is one of the first shows that he was in. So we watched a few episodes of that. I forgot how good that show is. I don't know if you all had ever seen it or not.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
Good. But outside of that, I think that's all that I was up to. So how about we talk about Severance, and then Justin, you can talk to us about Assassin's Creed, and then we can see what other randomness we can get into since we've already wasted 13 minutes. So.
Sure.
Wasted is what we're going with, Travis. Jesus.
Oh yeah, that's my bad.
All right, I'm going to start off by asking you all, what were your thoughts on the Cobell episode?
The internet seemed to think that it was snoozy time. Probably the weakest episode. She went all that way just to go nap in a bed.
Yeah. I kind of agree. I don't think the episode was bad. I think it's the worst of the series, but I still think it's
Are we doing spoilers? I mean, I guess it's fine, right?
Yeah, why not?
It's 2 episodes ago. Episode ago.
I do like the fact the big reveal was all the Severance stuff was her inventions.
Yeah. I think that was the entire point of that episode, was just to give us, because not to derail your train of thought either, Travis, but I think that's what it was an effort to do, was show us how everyone who was so involved with Lumon is slowly becoming disconnected from Lumon. Yeah. Which we saw, not sure if we want to do spoilers for last episode, but we saw from a different character last episode, so.
Yeah.
I do feel like it was probably the worst episode of Severance ever, but that being said, it's still, like, being the worst
I feel like it was
on, like, one of the best shows ever. Like, it's still a good episode of TV. Like, it was not bad. I would argue that we probably only got, like, 20 minutes story and a 35-minute runtime, but it wasn't bad. I do feel like the pacing of the first half of the season was just, like, on point. Like, Mark's back, the gang's back, Mark's integrating, the Ortbo retreat, and just like, it was like bam, 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 bam. And it does kind of feel like these last few weeks have been kind of a slog, except for last week. Last week almost went too fast, I felt like. And I was listening to the Prestige TV podcast, and they brought up some good points, like how whenever Cobell and Mark are talking, spoilers for this past week, and she's just like, Cold Harbor. And then, like, no one's just like, okay, what the F is Cold Harbor? Like, in real life, they would be like, what is that? Like, tell me what that means. But for dramatic television purposes, they can't. But yeah, the fact that she went, Cold Harbor, it reminds me of the Matt Damon from Team America. But it just I feel like the pacing of the season started really good, and has kind of dipped the last 2 weeks. It's been kind of like really slow and then really fast, and not to mention like a lot of the characters that I feel like we love and care about are like in limbo. Like, will we see Irving again? Will we see Dylan again? Will we see Bert again? Will Audi Mark and Any Mark ever coexist, or are they going to be mashed into one reintegrated Mark? Like, we're in like a weird territory because the show has never done what this show is doing.
I think this episode this week is going to be insane.
I'm scared.
How many
Yeah.
more do we have?
One.
This one. This is the
Oh.
season finale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a
Okay.
chance in the finale that we won't get any Irving or any Dylan.
I will say,
Yeah.
I do work with a few people that I have finally got to watch Severance, and one of them just finished the first season a couple weeks ago, and didn't get a chance to start the second season. He's like, "Dude, I can't wait to go home and watch the start of the second season." I was like, "Yeah, whenever, just think about the cliffhanger you just ended on, and think that I waited 3 years to figure out about that."
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's pretty wild. Now, what did you all think about the ending of the episode?
Where she's like just standing in the room and they're like, "What's the last thing that you said?" Yeah. I mean, they're definitely going to set up something. There's a sneak. Do you guys care about footage that is out there? Like for next week's
it
episode?
doesn't bother me.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. I mean, this is all public footage that's been released. So the footage for next week shows there was a few brief clips with Mark walking through the hallways. One shot with Drummond shoving Mark up against the Lumon hallway wall, which makes me wonder if it's either Audi Mark or Any Mark on a mission. And Drummond's like, enough goofing off. Like, you missed yesterday. You're getting this stupid file done today, or I'm going to kill you. Kind of a deal, you know? And then a one shot that looks like Mark maybe walking through the testing room floor.
Yeah, what I will say, I feel like you were right in your theory in regards because Cobell said, if Cold Harbor was done, then Gemma's already dead.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think definitely Cold Harbor will tie into that question of, are you more afraid of suffocating or drowning? That they asked her. Because why
Yeah.
would you ask that question? Nothing on this show has been unintentional. So I definitely think it'll come into play. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. Jared, what do you think?
I think because what got me, I think the most that threw me off about that last episode was at the very end whenever he walks upstairs and she's just standing in front of the fireplace, and I was like, no person is ever just going to be comfortable with somebody standing in a room like that, for one.
Yeah.
But two, excuse me, I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, that was my theory that he was going to get to the testing floor, but before you even said that, like hearing you say that makes me think it even more. And
It may not have been the testing room floor, but it kind of resembled it in the shot. It was
right,
like a split second shot.
and I will say, well, let me ask y'all this: what do you all think that they're trying to complete with Severance? Do you think we'll find that out this season? Do you think it's because I did see an interesting theory if you all want to hear it out.
Yeah, go for it.
So I
Yeah.
saw Reddit, obviously. Saw somebody post on Reddit for a theory that so first episode, like you said, Justin, nothing we see in the episodes is unintentional. In the like one of the first few episodes when we see Irving at home, is he's got like all of these medals from whenever he was in the military hanging up there. So somebody said like, what if it's just what they're actually trying to do is make you forget traumatic experiences. So what if he was like suffering from PTSD? He was one of the first ones to be severed, trying to solve for that.
Mm-hmm.
And what's going to happen? Cold Harbor, if that's her dying, what if that's what they're going to use that on Mark to make him completely forget her? Because they haven't done anything with him outside of his innie. So what if the plan is to see if they can use the data he's refining to make him forget about her?
It's possible. I want to circle back to Irving for a minute. So, like, I don't think this is the last we've seen of Irving for a couple of reasons. Mainly being, what was he investigating Lumon for? He had all those files that Drummond apparently wanted. And who was he talking to on the phone? We don't have the answer to either of those questions.
No.
One guy that does theory videos broke down to, like, you know how Cobell, when she approached Telly, got in her car and drove away, and we didn't see her for like 5 episodes. if you notice in that scene, the driver of the car steps forward and the camera focuses on him. And then that's when she leaves. And then Bert said, yeah, I was a driver. I didn't do anything to him. I just drove him. And then they disappeared. People were like, oh, Cobell knows that that's the new Bert, essentially. He's going to take her and make her disappear, essentially. So that is interesting. I am a little disappointed with Bert's backstory, if I'm being honest with you. I don't like that he was like the dirty guy that like didn't kill people, but also like, helped make them go away.
It's surprising based on his innie.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, by the time we come next week to record, if
oh my god, I'm so scared.
Yeah, I know. It's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Justin, did you want to talk a little bit about anything else? Well, anything else to add about Severance?
Do you think that so we know this season's most likely going to end on another cliffhanger, but do you think the cliffhanger will be as satisfying as the season one? Because the season one finale, it could have ended with just him finding the picture and like credits, right? But they went a step further with the she's alive, and it was incredible, right? Will this finale end on such, the same kind of high note where you're like, yes, that was truly satisfying?
I think so, just because I think just every episode barring the Cobell episode this season has been a very good episode, and I think that they know up to a certain point, like people who watched this when season one first came out, it's been 3 years since we've got a full episode of Severance. Now, granted, we're going to find out a lot this episode, I feel like, just because, I mean, it is the longest episode we've got of this season. It might be
minutes.
I was going to say, it might be the longest episode we've gotten of the series so far, which honestly wouldn't surprise me. So I think we're going to get, the same way as the first episode was, I think we're going to get a lot of questions answered, but I think we're going to have a lot more questions open up for next season. So I don't know if it'll be like one major cliffhanger like season one was, but I could definitely see it being what is happening.
Yeah. I'm so pumped.
It's going to be so good. I can't wait.
I'm like so anxious, and like it's just crazy like how good this show is. Like I've literally spent like the last like 15 years looking for a show to scratch that lost itch, and this is the one, man. Like it's just so good.
I'm just wondering if we're good.
Oh, go ahead, Travis. Nope, you go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I wonder if we're gonna be left with more questions than we get answered in this last episode.
I hope so.
Absolutely.
I need something to chew on for the next 2-3 years.
How long do you think?
2 years again.
How long do you all think they're going to go with this, or what do you think that? Because I hope they go the Ted Lasso approach, where it's coming back apparently, but
they stop and come back.
Yeah, I hope they like 3-4 seasons. I think would be plenty.
I would say no more than 4.
If you would have asked me after like episode 4, episode 5, I would have said 3 seasons. It's done next year. But the way they've drugged this last part out, like they literally were going so bad. I thought Mark reintegrating would have been like the end of this season. And instead they started episode 3. I think they'll probably get 4 out of it. It is the most watched Apple TV show ever. It's possible. Dan Erickson did say he has a plan to finish it in 3 or a plan to finish it in 6. And Apple might say, hey, buddy, 6. But this is a show, too, where they've done so much world building where they could easily do a spinoff. If you told me today, or if you told me that like
prequel,
if they're going to do like a prequel Kier show, or I mean, think about the first episode with those replacement workers. They came from like Italy and other branches that were shut down. Like there's a whole network of Lumon Industry that they could focus on. And while this is at the moment the only story I could conceive, or that I could see them conceiving, it doesn't mean that there's not something else that he's got, swimming around in his head. So I don't know, maybe I could definitely see this becoming a franchise, which is not necessarily a good thing. I would be okay with a prequel for sure, though. A prequel in between seasons would be nice too.
Yeah.
I wish more shows did what Mythic Quest does, and how they have like the one episode in between seasons. That's kind of like fun and offbeat. That would be cool.
I still need to watch that show. You all talk about it all the time, and I have not watched it
yet. The murder mystery one this season was great.
It was. Are you caught up, Travis?
Yeah, the last episode, it was interesting.
I think the new one's tonight, right? Yeah,
How
I'm
many
not. Yeah,
seasons
Yeah.
are out of it right now? So
4.
4. I think they're on the 4th
okay.
right now.
Yeah, they're doing the 4th right
It's
now. It's
good.
great.
Then I probably need to finish Billions first before I start something new. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you ready to jump to Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So first of all, thank you, Ubisoft. They sent us a review copy of Assassin's Creed Shadows last week. We couldn't talk about it until today, though. Um, Travis and I both have been playing it. I've played it more than he has. I'm not finished with it. I'm not ready to give a final review. This is more of a review in progress, and I will update and write one for the site when that time comes. But I went into this game with optimism. I know that I think the internet was the opposite. There was some controversy surrounding the game, and if I'm being honest with you, I couldn't even explain the controversy to you. I've not followed it. Right. Um, all I did was play the game. So I booted it up and immediately fell in love with it. Which, like I said, I already went into it pretty optimistic because it's how ever since the first Assassin's Creed, I think the community has been like, "Oh, cool, give us a samurai Japanese Assassin's
Yeah.
Creed game," and we finally got one. And I think there are things that it does better than Ghost of Tsushima, and I think there's things that Ghost of Tsushima does better than this. But the point is, I'm not really going to try to compare these two games because at the end of the day, they are two different games, two different franchises, and two different time periods as well. So this game has
Is
some
this time
really,
period is this similar to the time frame of like the FX show Shogun?
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They have rifles and stuff.
Yeah.
So this game has some really cool moments. There's the two protagonists. I will admit, during my playthrough, I've played with both, but primarily the female protagonist. I cannot pronounce her name. I'm not even going to do the disservice by trying. Um, so I'm just going to say the
Do
female
you get to
protagonist for
actively
now.
choose which one you want?
At the moment, I have not. I don't know if that
Okay.
changes later. I think it does.
real quick,
Um,
just want to let you all know. Thank you for mentioning Ghost of Tsushima. You just reminded me of something. It's on sale right now, so we now own the collector's or director's cut on Steam. So
Very nice.
enjoy.
Thank you.
33% off right now. So if
Not
you haven't
bad.
played Ghost of Tsushima, go buy Ghost of Tsushima.
It's amazing. Yeah. So at the moment, I mean, the combat is Assassin's Creed combat. There's no getting around that. It does seem like they've scaled back all of the bloat that has been known with Assassin's Creed games. It feels way more streamlined, and the story so far has absolutely like been great. I don't want to spoil anything, but I am going to say something that I think is really cool, and that is think about like Kill Bill. Okay, whenever the bride is about to face off against somebody, it usually has some cool needle drop song that plays, right? And you might be thinking, oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows, this takes place, it's a period piece, essentially, right? It does the same thing. So, like, when a fight starts, it plays like some song that's like a real, like, contemporary song, like from our time, And it's just kind of cool. It adds like a cinematic feel to it, almost like I'm watching a Tarantino samurai movie. Now, of course, the writing is not as sharp as a Tarantino movie. It's nowhere close, but it just kind of has that cool vibe. The vibes are excellent. And there's been a few times where that's happened where you start something and the music kicks in. You're like, oh, okay, this is one of those fights. So I'm having a really good time. I'm loving it. It has, like I said, the female protagonist is great. The male protagonist, I've only played a little bit with him, but so far he's great. They both play very differently. He's like a tank. She's very quick and stealthy.
Both their
So
stories I feel like are pretty good from what I've played so far.
yes, they are.
Now, does
Um,
it play more? Sorry to interrupt you. Does it
oh,
play more like an RPG like Odyssey did, like where you have different gear to pick up and stuff like that, or is it more like the
yes.
classic? Okay.
Yeah, there's gear, there's skill trees, there's all of that stuff. Which is,
It gives it more depth. It's more decisions for you versus you have
yeah.
like Assassin's Creed 3. You have a pistol, a knife, and your wrist blades. So
Yeah. But yeah, so far this is shaping up to be one of my favorite in the series. Now, obviously, I could boot it up tonight and play it a little bit, and the story might completely bottom out. Who knows? I'm not at the point to give a final review yet, but at the moment, I'm liking it. My reaction when I saw the 81 Open Critic score was that's too low. But those are people who have finished the game, so maybe when I'm done, I will also say, yeah, that's right. But at the moment, I mean, I would have pegged it for like 86, 87. So
Yeah. And you said, if I remember right, before we started recording, you said the lead female protagonist you care about as much as her character as you did like Ezio, right?
Ezio, yeah,
Yeah.
they're kind of hit and miss with like their character development. Ezio is like the one that stands out for me. Like he's the top tier character, and I feel like she's up there at the moment. Why are we laughing, guys?
Your picture framed it the most not great picture. It was
Really?
like you were like
All
this.
I'm s-
You're like
Be glad we're not good at
Oh
Photoshop, is all I'm gonna say.
no!
no. It'll be fine on your end, I think. So,
Yeah, I
but
hope
I just
so.
thought that was funny. It's-
But yeah, I think her character at the moment like is very good. Obviously, things could bottom out, and it may not stay that way. But at the moment, things are great.
now, I assume it has day and nighttime cycle, right? So you're not playing just at night all the time.
It does. It also has seasons.
Okay, I
Ooh.
like
You
that.
can change the seasons.
Is there weather too?
Yeah,
Okay, I like that. Like
Yep.
that. All right.
The parkour is very
Anything
nice,
else?
too.
Yeah, good. For what I've played so far, like I said, I've only played about 2 hours, but what I've played so far, I do like, and I think I might actually get back into that this evening. So, all right. One game I forgot to mention, since I couldn't play Assassin's Creed and I wanted a little bit of a samurai, well, ninja experience. I started Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, the remake of it, and I forgot how hard that game is. It's so hard, but it's really good though. Okay, all right, perfect. Jared, did you find any news stories or anything you want to talk about?
So like we talked about, we're kind of going in this episode a little bit just off the cuff here. So not
You don't have to
really.
have anything ready. If you don't have anything yet, I was going to talk about what's your thoughts on uh season 4 officially being announced of Ted Lasso. I know we briefly mentioned it, but like what's your thoughts on it? I know Justin and I has kind of been like, we could have probably done without. Um, but I saw that he was on Jason Sudeikis was on an episode of Travis and Jason Kelsey's New Heights podcast, and he officially basically said there's a season 4. But I don't know if they've really given much details about the story and stuff itself, have they?
They have.
Oh,
He's
have
coming
they? Do you
back.
want to?
He's coming back to coach the women's team that they set up at the end of season 3.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he is coming back as a full-on character then.
Yeah, what I read is the first episode will take place in Kansas, and then I guess something will spark him leaving and coming back to England. Maybe his son will want to join him, or who knows? I don't know what that's going to be because he left to be with his son, so it'd be kind of odd for him to leave his kid there. So I don't know.
Maybe his ex-wife will die and he'll just take his son to the UK.
Yeah, maybe. Got ourselves a
want
lost
that. That's
situation there.
There is, yeah. It's you'll always find somewhere to fit in a lost comment, won't you?
Oh yeah, lost his life.
Lost his life. So with that being said, around that, are there any other shows that are that you guys are watching that haven't came back that you're looking forward to?
I actually have one that I forgot to mention. Is we watched all of Jury Duty again, and
Oh
then
yeah.
yeah, and then while like looking something up for Jury Duty, I found that season 2 has already been filmed.
Oh,
Yeah.
is James Marston also in this one?
I don't know. We don't have details yet, but yeah, season 2 has already been filmed. It was filmed at a corporate retreat, so it's not a jury duty
Oh,
situation. It's just a different scenario. But yeah,
oh
so
my gosh.
yeah, so Jury
That
Duty. Have
is
you both watched Jury Duty?
I have not.
yes.
Oh, Jared, that's a quick
if you don't
8
know about-
episodes.
Yeah, if you don't know about Soken, dude, you don't know.
Oh yeah, that fits right in with the theme of what you said earlier. No, Jury Duty is fantastic. Highly recommend watching it. And
It
going
is.
back and watching it the second time, like this time, was like, oh, I can't believe they did that to that guy. Like you like reanalyze everything, and you're like, how on earth? You're like, that's torture.
And the thing is it could have went so much like. Good thing they found it. What seemed like a good person. You know what I
Yes.
mean? Because like it could have been so much worse if he wasn't like a decent human being.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I'm looking here. There's no
Um,
release date, but filming is done.
I cannot wait for that. I had no idea they were even actually doing another season of that.
I didn't either. That was from February 20th of this year, so like that's recent news.
I need to know. Um, by the way, in case you didn't know, are either of you? Oh wait, I know, Justin, you're not because you've not even watched the movies or read the books, so you're not a Lord of the Rings
Lord of the
fan.
Rings fan. I
So,
knew you were going with that.
Jared, you are though, right?
Very
Did you ever
much
play
so.
Animal? Did you ever play Animal Crossing?
I did.
What if I told you? You're like, where's this going? What if I told you there's a game coming out? You can wishlist it now on Steam called Tales of the Shire, and essentially, it's a Lord of the Rings Animal Crossing game.
I would tell
So,
you I'm pulling up the Steam store page right now.
yeah, just wanted to throw that out there for any listeners that are both Lord of the Rings fans and also Animal Crossing fans.
When does that
So,
come out?
That looks amazing.
Do we know when
you're
it comes
welcome.
Really,
July
July
something.
29th, 4 days after my birthday. Look at that.
I knew it was
Oh, my
delayed
birthday's
once.
my birthday's this Thursday. What do you think about that?
Happy early birthday, Travis.
How old do you know,
Yeah,
Travis?
big 41.
You'll be 41?
Yeah,
It's the best Dave Matthews
yeah.
Band song, number 41.
I didn't even know that was a song.
What?
I actually listened to Dave Matthews on vinyl the other day. I said Justin would appreciate this.
I would appreciate that. Dude, number
Yeah.
41's like the best.
Is it? Okay, I don't know.
Yeah. You're about to be
One,
41 years
one
old.
of the best. One of the best.
The best.
Is it simply the best? Oh, I forgot to say, I've also been
Simply
watching
the
Reacher.
best.
I've also been watching Reacher, and I'm all caught up on
Ooh,
Reacher.
yeah,
as
that
well.
is a good call as well. Have been watching that. First episode of this season.
Very much stressed me out.
There, I will say, can we talk spoilers about Reacher since we're like 8 episodes in
Yeah,
at this point?
we could talk about Reach Around. That's fine.
The first episode, whenever Reacher shoots the cop, both my wife and I looked at each other and were like, "That's not right. Reacher wouldn't just accidentally shoot a cop." And then it all like you get the flashback and it's like, "Oh, okay, we were right. It all makes sense. It makes sense now."
Did have either one of you watched the new Daredevil show yet?
I have not. I have not.
I haven't either. It's a 9.2 right now, though, out of 10, which is pretty good.
Did you watch speaking of new stuff that some of us may watch? I know Justin wouldn't have because you don't care about the Lord of the Rings and anything that's good in life, apparently.
Man. Killing me here.
Did you watch the new animated Lord of the Rings that came out, Travis? The Ride of the Rohirrim?
I have not. No.
Rohirrim?
I have not. No.
I haven't yet either. I was just going to get your thoughts on it, but
Well, you'll have my thoughts when I watch it, but you don't have them. But anyways, can you also believe that Novocaine, which has Jack Quaid in it, has 82% on Rotten Tomatoes? I would have
cannot
never
believe
guessed
that.
that. I would have never.
It does not look good.
I just wonder if he was able to draw a crowd from the people that watch The Boys, maybe. I don't know. But have either of you watched Electric State on Netflix yet?
No.
mm-mm.
I do want to see it because it looks like 80s nostalgia, but in the future. But I do want to watch it. I don't know if it's any good or not. Justin, what are you doing? You don't look like you do much of anything.
Me?
You tearing cards in the show? Is that
No.
what you're doing?
No.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I'm
He's got
looking
to set the auto pull.
I wish that was a feature. I'm looking up news.
I mean, really, the only thing I've got for gaming news this week, you asked me a few minutes ago before we started talking again, but one thing I am excited for is apparently people who have managed to get into Battlefield Labs that have mentioned it have said that the destruction mechanics in Battlefield Labs remind them very much so of Bad Company. Which,
oh my gosh, my PP just got so hard.
If that's true, because Battlefield 3, 4 are probably my favorite multiplayer games, but Bad Company 2 was definitely up there. And getting a ghillie suit in Bad Company 2 and just sitting on the side of a mountain and just being able to snipe people like in an actual way that felt rewarding, I miss it so much. So much. I do. Almost more than you, Travis. Almost.
Oh, that's almost. That's nice. Anyways, well, I want to get in. I didn't even sign up though, so I guess I can't get in if I didn't sign up.
I signed up and
up.
I didn't get in.
I did not get in either.
Yeah.
I actually signed up twice and didn't get in.
2 different emails.
Yep.
I did hear an interesting rumor. Of either one of you excited about the new Superman movie at all?
A little bit.
There's some rumors floating around that Tom Cruise might be playing Jor-El, which is obviously Superman. Is it Superman's dad, right? In DC, in the DCU Superman. What do you all think of that casting? If that's true?
Stunt casting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's fair.
That's probably accurate, to be 100% honest with you.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be more of a distraction.
Yeah, I agree. However, I heard Jared saying before we started recording that he wasn't aware that the Happy Gilmore 2 trailer is out.
I was
And
not.
were either of you big Happy Gilmore fans?
It's a
I love
fantastic
Happy
movie.
Gilmore. Yeah, I have not watched the newest trailer though. I was hoping. I doubt I could probably pull it up on here, but I don't know if we would get in trouble for playing it.
Yeah, we
I
might
don't know
get
how that
dinged.
works. Yeah, I don't want to get dinged. I don't want to get anything in the dinger. You know what I mean? But anyways, let's go ahead and what's wrong with you all? Anyways, let's talk
How dare you
about
ask
real
us
quick.
that question?
Yeah. But I did want to talk about some hot topics, some hot takes.
That's some
Okay.
hot talkies.
Did you take your Vicodin before we started this?
No, where this thing is in my ear, it has got me having
Blaming
quite
it
the
on
brain
his
fog.
ear to make us the bad guys. Here we go.
Well, now I feel bad. Your surgically
okay,
repaired ear.
We'll guess a number between 1 and 6. How about that?
Which one of us?
Both of us at the same time. If we don't say the same number, one of us dies.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready? Count us down,
And I
Travis.
decide who. 3, 2, 1.
2.
6.
Oh crap.
We're dead. Who's gonna die, Travis?
Justin, you're dead. Actually, no, Jared, you're dead.
Nope, you already said it. Justin got it called.
All right, and he's gone. So, what did I win?
A bag of Takis.
Sounds
Anyways, all right, so 6. All right, now guess between 1 and 10.
Both of us, or
No, just you.
7.
I'm dead, remember?
Well, he went with your number. He said 1. He said 6, but I picked 2, so I was confused by who went next.
Yeah, it's fine. The Simpsons should have ended in the 90s. The show has overstayed its welcome.
No,
What do you think?
No, wrong.
I disagree.
Disagree?
Yeah,
Tell me more.
if it had overstayed its welcome, the ratings would be bad. It wouldn't keep getting renewed. It's
Yeah,
fine.
and they continued. Words are hard.
Continue to predict the future. Go ahead. Sam.
No. They like everything. They continue to adapt to what happens in like the real world. You know what I mean, right? Like they're able to reference stuff and make fun of everyone, which I feel like is what makes them successful.
Yeah.
Well, I have a hot take that Bob's Burgers is better than The Simpsons.
I think there are shows that are better than The Simpsons. There are shows I prefer, but I think The Simpsons is fine. It's like a cultural icon that like isn't bothering anyone.
Yeah, it has definitely not overstayed its welcome, in my opinion. The Simpsons movie, on the other hand, may have been unneeded.
I erased that from my memory.
Well, it's still there. No matter how much you try to forget, it's
Not
still
my
there.
memory. It's gone.
Not in my memory. All right, Jared, between 1 and 6.
6.
Wow, you just did the same number Justin did. Congratulations.
I said 2.
All right, now 1 and 10. Oh, my bad. We're doing 2 then.
Say 7. Say 7, Jared.
7.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. Oh, this will go. Okay, animated
Have the
movies
Simpsons
are
overstated their welcome?
No, animated movies are not just for kids and often contain deeper themes than
We've
live
done this
action
one before.
films.
We have done this one before.
Have
but
we?
true.
Well, let me mark it as done. All right, sequels, prequels, and spin-offs are ruining the integrity of the original films.
Depends.
Some of them, yes.
Some
Yeah?
elevate.
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Well, like The Godfather Part 2 is a prequel, technically, isn't it?
I don't know. I've never seen those movies.
Yeah. I think that also like the Clone Wars elevates the prequel trilogy, which probably cheapens the original trilogy. I don't know. I think it just depends on the
The
material.
franchise and how it's done, or what?
Yeah, and sometimes it's not even a franchise. Sometimes it's just like a movie gets a prequel or a sequel. Like the Hannibal TV show, I feel like elevated things. The Hannibal movie, maybe not so much.
I mean, same
Okay.
way as like I know that the prequel Star Wars movies don't get a great rap, but Episode 2 is okay. Episode 3 is probably one of my favorite Star Wars movies.
You said two is okay.
Yeah, 2 was okay. It's Attack of the Clones, dude. It's the
Yeah,
Clone Wars. It's so cool.
yeah, okay.
But then you look
I like
at
it.
like the sequel trilogy, and
Terrible.
honestly, yeah,
May have killed the franchise,
it
honestly.
probably has killed the franchise.
Yeah, somehow
Uh,
Palpatine returned.
what needs to happen, and I've said this for a very long time, all I need to restore my faith in Star Wars is give me a live action Clone Wars show, and we'll call it a day. That's all I need.
They could, but I don't think you're gonna get like Ewan McGregor or Hayden Christensen to play like 20, like they'd be 20 years younger than they are now.
And like, I don't even think we need like Jedi either. Just give me like a
Oh,
war show that are like clones. That's all I
the
want.
gritty like Band
Yeah.
of Brothers, but with the clones.
Mm-hmm.
Oh dang,
If they
that'd be
did it
dark.
to the vein
It
of
would be sick, wouldn't it?
It
Now that you're
would
thinking
be.
about it.
Yeah, I'm in. You got me. You
I
should
think they
pitch
should have
TV
the
shows,
people that
Jared.
do it. I think people that did Andor should do it.
Terry Gilroy.
Not well, that or whoever did Rogue One, because I felt like Rogue One was super gritty,
I forget who did that
especially
one.
Too as well.
the last half of that movie. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite Star
I
Wars
mean, like,
movies.
have you both watched the Clone Wars, like the animated TV show?
Some, not all.
So, like, the first couple episodes of the first season had kind of like that gritty, not necessarily for kids kind of feel to it, and then it shifted more into for children. Like, even just something along those lines. Like, it doesn't have to be like gore, but it's like it. They could do something with it. I mean, we got a small clip of like live action, like droids that were in the Clone Wars during nice Travis.
He is high, isn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
No,
During the Mandalorian, we saw a flashback where there were live action droids in it. So, but I just think it would be really cool. I know we got off topic with that one, but oh hello,
yeah.
Um. Oh,
I will
hello.
say, yeah. So let me ask you this
hello
question.
there.
Yeah. Well, hello there. So do you all think the push for photorealistic graphics is overshadowing the importance of innovative gameplay and stories and storytelling?
I wouldn't say
Like,
overshadow.
how important is graphics to you? Will you always take better gameplay
You
and a
asked
better
this one before
story?
too. We've done this one before.
Have we?
Yeah,
I don't have it marked as done, but I'll mark it. I
yeah,
don't
we've
think I've
done this
gotten
one.
Jared's opinion. Was
Maybe
Jared
not.
here?
This may be just you and me, but we did this one.
I'll give my opinion on that one as well. But no, like I will go play a game with awful graphics if the story is good. Um,
Yeah. I
so,
mean,
I
you
mean,
play War Thunder for God's sake.
there's not a story to War Thunder, but thanks, Travis. Good
killed
try,
him.
you dick. Um,
I've never even played that game. I don't know what.
but that's my thing is like I would happily go back and play games that came out on the 360 that had a great story, or even the original Xbox that had a great story, right? But are is good graphics nice? Sure. Like Hogwarts Legacy looked amazing and had an amazing story in my opinion. I love that game. But just because a game looks rough around the edges, or some would say even look bad, if it has a good story, I'm going to play the game and I'm probably going to enjoy it because I care more about the story than something looking pretty.
Okay, that's fair. I like that. Good answer, Jared.
I try my
Uh,
best.
do you? Okay, good. All right. So one last question. Pick a number between 1 and 50, and who knows? We probably have done it already. And Justin, you pick the number.
19.
I was really hoping you'd say 7 again.
Oh yeah. Have you ever used a walkthrough for a game?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, absolutely. I am not
What's
afraid
the
to admit whenever I whenever I keep failing at something that I looked it up.
Yeah, what's the one walkthrough guide you felt like you spent the most time with? Like, what was the game? For
Probably
me,
Ocarina
it
of
was
Time.
that's exactly what I was. That Bigoron sword, baby.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
was the one, and I had a physical print of that one too.
I did too.
That was long before the internet.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
was.
honestly, for me, what I've probably spent the most time on was probably the newest God of War game. Just some of the puzzles on that game. I had it bookmarked on my phone, the walkthrough, so I could just go back to it and find the puzzle that I was struggling with.
I don't find I use too many walkthroughs now. I find I use more build guides than anything. Is what I use mostly now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
POV
Yeah.
definitely.
the last game I used one for was one puzzle in Indiana Jones where I spent like an hour and I was like, I give up. Like I can't figure
Oh, I
this one
started
out.
playing that this week as well. It's
Ooh,
pretty good.
It is really good. Yeah, I love it. Game of the year.
I don't
Not
think that's
it's
true.
not game of the year, but it's really good.
it's
Better than
is
Black
Yeah.
Myth Wukong. But
you shut your mouth.
You have such a whore mouth, Justin.
oh god.
Have you played Black Myth? Have you even touched it, or are you just?
Yeah, I've
No.
touched it.
Let's go look at. Hold on. Have you played it on
You
Steam
already
or you
looked at
played it
his
on
Steam.
console?
PlayStation.
Mm.
I never bought on PlayStation. Don't let me lie.
It's still like 80 minutes or 18 minutes or
Let
something.
me just
Don't
hold
worry
on. Let
about
me
it.
just pull it up
It's
here. Let me-
not any amount of time that matters, Jared. You
No,
already
no.
looked
It
up
it
once.
abs- oh,
I'm
we're
making
gonna
my
look it up
profile
again.
private.
It absolutely matters.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, let's go ahead and get into what we're looking forward to. I know this is kind of on the spot. You guys haven't really thought about it,
I
but
thought about it.
oh, Justin, then tell us all about it. What you been looking forward to?
Baseball season, man. Opening day is next week.
Are you going?
No. I'll probably go to Summit, have a few beers, and watch the game.
There you go.
A few beers.
Do you watch baseball,
He's
Jared?
getting belligerent. I do. Justin and I were talking about that before the podcast actually because we're both Reds fans and can't wait to get our hopes up and be disappointed once again.
Oh, I'm not in the ready to be disappointed phase. I'm in the we're going to win the World Series phase right now. Give it like 2 more weeks though. And
I was
I'll
gonna
be
say
like,
that'll
"Ah."
last about 2 weeks, maybe 3 if we're lucky. But
Yeah,
Is this a team building year again?
it shouldn't be.
every year is a team building year for the
No,
Reds.
they actually made moves to compete. I think they're going to be better, but it's still a small market team. So
Where did Joey Votto ever end up?
the retirement home.
Poor buddy.
I
Poor
know.
Travis is
buddy.
heading 41 this month. Oof.
Oh, are you the same age as Votto?
I have no idea.
Let's compare your bank accounts. No,
That's rough. That is rough. You know, I say that.
Ah!
oh no.
Just
That's
I
what I
like how
say
you
to
just threw her behind you was the best part of that.
Yeah, you
I
and
was
Votto
like-
are the same age, Travis. Can you
That's a
hit
lie.
300 on a season?
No, but I can hit on your mom
Oh man.
Ayo.
300 times.
Oh man,
only-
because she says
But it
no
only
all the
takes
other times.
once. No. All right. What about you, Jared? What are you looking forward to?
I mean, and all, like honestly, probably after hearing you all talk about it, Assassin's Creed. Finally getting
Yeah.
a chance to play it. Assassin's Creed is one of those games that I've it scares me to be excited for, if that makes sense, especially what they've done to me before. The past couple have been pretty good. Like I really liked Valhalla. Was a big fan
Valhalla
of
at your
Origins
butt
and
cheeks.
Odyssey. Thank you. But after hearing what you all have had to say and like looking at some of the reviews, I think I can get excited for this one.
Hold up.
You
Yeah.
cannot convince me that you're not on a painkiller right now.
I'm not. I stopped my my good painkillers ended on Friday, so
I
I'm
I
gonna
still
started
download
as
these next
cocaine
time.
yesterday.
They're still in your system. What if he does have a coke addiction? We're laughing at it right now, and he's just like slowly
Yeah.
drifting away.
You just,
Where do you think all his sprays coming from?
He'll come
That's-
in next
that's
week and have meth mouth going on. It's gonna be really sad.
Yeah, when I said all I could taste in my mouth was metal, I meant to say meth. That's
Methyl.
methylphenamine. Anyways,
God. It's a real problem.
I
We should
think-
be laughing.
yeah, I know.
Just kidding.
Uh,
I mean,
especially
we
for the
should
parts,
be laughing.
especially for the parts that we're from. Let's be honest.
true.
Oh God.
I think about Dave Chappelle being, is it Tyrone?
Yeah.
Anyways, I think for me, I'm looking forward to mid-April. Well, no, late April. Going on a family vacation to Gatlinburg. Excited about that. I started planning some stuff that we're gonna do. I think we're gonna go. Jared, you've been to Gatlinburg a fair amount, right?
Multiple times, yes.
Okay, well, I may reach out to you around some because it's been a while since I've seen a. I was actually with Destiny and Terry last time there, and we went and saw the Hackfield McCoy dinner show. So I'd like to find out some other good dinner shows that aren't that. So I want to see something else.
Which
Yeah.
side did Terry root for?
What do you think? What's his last name?
No, I'm kidding.
What an idiot!
What an
Anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that. Also excited about Severance.
Yes.
Oh,
Finale?
yeah, good call.
Cannot wait. My butthole is already puckered.
Oh boy.
Pre-puckered butthole
Not-
for this
Not for
season
Bert.
finale.
It's pre-puckered for Bert. Anyways, yeah, so pretty excited about that. And then outside of that, I think this, how many more episodes of Reacher we got? 2 more, I think, Jared?
3.
You don't know. You're not
I know.
watching it.
I don't
We get
watch
8
it.
episodes.
We get 2
I think
more.
the last episode was 6. Yeah, so we
Yeah.
get 2. So excited about that. This season's gotten way better than I thought it would, just based on how it started, to be
Yeah.
honest with you. But anyways, outside of that, that's it. I'm trying to think if there's any movies coming out soon that I'm excited about, but I don't
It's
think
actually
so.
what I was looking at, and I was
Yeah,
actually
you were
pulling
no
up
help
IMDb.
on the news front. Absolutely
I'm,
not.
I'm sorry. So this week, Hans Zimmer and Friends, a rad documentary. Apparently, Snow White comes out this week.
Oh god, that's
Not
gonna
sure
be a
if
train
anybody's
wreck.
excited for that one. Other than that, there's really not much coming out right now. Oh, I mean,
What
early
is?
next month though, we get the Minecraft movie. Everybody, so
That's gonna be terrible.
it looks real strange.
I am excited. In May, we get the I think the last installment of the Mission Impossible movies, The Final Reckoning. That's May, but that's still a
Yeah.
ways out.
Did you know we're
So
getting another accountant movie? Did you ever watch The
yeah,
Accountant?
I actually really like the first one. To be
I do
honest with you, it
too.
was
I
pretty
didn't know
good.
we were getting a second one though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, anyways, all right. Well, does anybody have anything else to add before we move to picks of the week? All right. Well, let's go ahead and move into picks of the week. Da-da-da. All right, Jared. Do you want to start us off with your pick, or do you need some time?
I'm ready.
I love your Bellatra pillow in the back. It makes me happy. That's what I'm
Thank
going to
you.
refer to it as.
The Bellatra pillow.
Yeah.
My pick
go
of the
ahead.
week this week is going to be a free game that's out right now that we should all play together, but it is called
Is it
Fragpunk.
Knights of the Old Republic? Oh, okay.
No, Fragpunk. It is so
Oh,
much.
yeah, it came out.
Yeah, it's so much fun for a free game. And no game is ever the same, just because for those of you unaware, the way this game goes is at
Is
the
it a
start
hero shooter?
Yes and no. So you do have different characters. Each character has different abilities. So yes, Travis, I'm sorry, it is a hero shooter in that aspect. But what the main focus of the game is, at the start of every round, each team gets a certain number of points that they can spend to equip different cards that affect the overall rules for everybody in the game, right? So there's a card that says enemies' heads quadruple in size. So like enemies' heads are just massive, so it's much easier to headshot. There's
I hate when
one
that
that
happens.
gives everybody double jump. There's one that makes your head turn into flames so you can't be headshotted. There's a
Also
card
hate
that
when it
makes
burns when you pee.
correct. There's one that makes it so you can only be headshotted, like you don't take any damage if they shoot you in the body or the limbs.
Did I just see a card that just summoned grass?
Yes, you did.
What? I'm
It's
watching that. I'm on the website right now.
Have
Just
you
looking
ever
at the.
you ever played League, Travis?
Yeah.
So you know how like on League, how down the main lanes there's little piles of grass that you hide in
Yeah.
and they can't see it. Same thing. It puts random splotches of grass on routes it knows that people will take, and you can hide in them.
I gotta say, the big head mode reminds me of the old school GoldenEye mode you could turn on. Is there like a card that I could play slappers only? You're just doing this?
There's not slappers only. There is one that takes away everybody's in the game's weapon except for their knife, and you have to melee fight the entire round.
That's pretty cool. I do like the randomness of it. That's neat.
And like there's a card you can get that, so if the enemy team, like, you can see what cards they get to choose from on the right side as you're picking yours. there's a card you can get that swaps yours and theirs cards. So like if they pick 3 really good ones and your entire team picks to swap cards, you take all theirs and they get nothing.
I like that. Okay, I'll
It's
have
a
to
lot
download
of
it, check
fun.
it out. Is the normal group playing this?
I've just been kind of playing with whoever's on at the moment.
Okay, well, all right, we'll have to do that. Maybe we can actually try to get a stream in with it, so you
Yeah,
can see how
Justin
bad
won't
I
play
am.
though, so
It's fine.
I
I'm
play it.
used to him. I just thought it was funny. He said he also got Siege in, but it wasn't with you.
It's funny.
Anyways,
so
all right.
Justin, siege
So
after this?
I'm gonna eat dinner after
you gotta
this.
go for a
but
walk.
There it is.
I'm probably not going for a walk now. Maybe I will. I don't know.
Or you can
I'm
play
hungry now.
siege.
Alright. Yeah, I'm gonna go get. Wait, oh god, what the? He just nice. Anyways, all right. So it's just me left to go. I think, right? For pick of the week.
Did I go?
No, you didn't. I just want you to. I just
I
want
was
you to
just like,
question
I don't think I
yourself.
went. Hey everyone.
No, go ahead.
My pick this week is gonna be. I don't want to say Assassin's Creed Shadows yet. That's probably gonna be it next week. Actually, no, I'm gonna say Assassin's Creed Shadows because next week will be Severance. Spoiler alert. Yeah,
Unless it's bad. You don't want
Oh
to
yeah,
commit to that.
what's the chances it's gonna be bad?
If it's bad, I'm not doing this show anymore. I quit.
I'll hold you to it.
No.
It would be
What do you
much
think Rotten
easier to
Tomato
work out
score is gonna
schedules
get?
at
It
that
would be
point,
a lot
though.
easier if I died. Yes, you're right. So I'm gonna go with Assassin's Creed Shadows. I talked extensively about it before. Yes, Travis, the prayer hands. So you can go backwards and listen to what I said, but I have very high hopes of this game. I'm really enjoying what I'm playing so far, and I will update my review in the future.
I like the cut of your giblets. I was just trying to think of something super random to say. Anyways, no, I think that's a good call. Do you plan on finishing it?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I always wondered if you planned on finishing. Yeah. So for me, my pick of the week, and I feel silly for saying this, and it's just me, so that's perfect. Thank you so much. But for me, it has to be Power Washer Simulator. I know that seems, but on a week that I was kind of out of it and recovering and just like not doing much of anything, Power Washer Simulator kind of reminds me of Trading Card Simulator in a sense. It's just mindless. It's just mindless fun. You know what I mean? It's easy to get. However, some of those wash jobs, they take a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Felt like it's hours to clean a food
That's
truck.
a good one.
I'm sorry. Thank you. I'm so glad that you're enjoying the soundscapes there. But
Just remember,
anyways,
some of those wash jobs take a minute, so.
some of those wash what?
Wash jobs?
Wash
That's what
jobs.
you
Yeah.
said, Travis. You said wash jobs.
I do love those wash jobs.
Just
I've
like,
had a
never forget
couple of
that
those.
he got yoinked off one time we streamed. So.
That honestly,
Not
I
even
think
at the
about that
massage
like once a
parlor.
week, and I cry laughing. It's so funny every time. He yoinked me off.
He yoinked
The
my
best part
beans.
was you losing it, Justin, and just
Oh,
going,
yeah.
he did what?
I was trying to get him
We
to
really
say
got to
it
get
again.
back into Chain Together. We really got to try again.
We
That's
do,
fun.
we do. We need to play a lot of
Yeah.
like those little time waster games. That
Or
Lethal
we
Company.
get Travis to play Siege and we get him to stream with us while we play it.
That'd
would
be a hard one to
think it-
stream because we're like thinking about tactical warfare and
Yeah.
while also trying to be entertaining. It'd be difficult.
Yeah. Well, does anybody have anything else to add before we peace out this joint?
No. Crime Scene Cleaner. I haven't played it myself, but we do have it, and it's also like a power wash simulator, but for like dead bodies.
Is it on Steam?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Just gonna install Farming
Well-
Simulator and go to town.
Yep. Go to
You
town.
gonna draw a bunch of
Go tell them
penises
crops.
and crops? Yeah. I love crop dusting. Anyways, all right. Without if there's nothing else, I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. So thank you so much for listening to this bit of randomness. We will be better prepared next week. This week has just been well, the
Lies.
past 2 weeks have honestly just been crazy. But we appreciate everybody watching and listening. Please make sure you drop a comment below, give us a like, follow, hit the subscribe button to make sure And as you can see in the bottom corner here, like Leica to crop dust. Well, anyways, until next time, stay classy, San Diego. I don't even know what this is. Okay, bye. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Nerds with Mics. If you enjoyed today's deep dive into all things nerdy, be sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. We'd love to hear your thoughts, so please make sure not to forget to leave us a review wherever you listen or watch. Your feedback always helps us grow. And if you know a fellow nerd that would love the show, share it with them. Until next time, stay nerdy, stay awesome, and keep those mics on.